If you don't understand anything, you can ask. All right? You're free. It's open to ask. All right. So this afternoon, I'll be looking at the topic of prostate cancer. And why I'm looking at that is that really and truly it is a concern among our men. And we know the stigma that goes with prostate with men because men don't want to go and get checked up because based on what is going to be done to them, they're afraid of doing it. And what I read is that out of 100 men, 13 of them are likely to have prostate. That is how serious it is. All right? And as I am going along, I am not just going to be here just presenting. I am going to engage the audience as well. So first of all, as I said that the topic is prostate, I want to ask a gentleman, where is the location of the prostate? Can you just raise your hand? Come men, don't sit. Because we know you're bright, you know, I don't know why you sit and not call upon me. And in the nether region, when you say the nether region, are you talking about the North Pole or the South Pole? So, where is it located? You see, we have to speak these things out because we have our young men that are coming and we want them to be educated that they can do their checks before it is too late. All right? So, our dear men, let me just tell you where it is located. It is all. Huh? So, we know that the prostate is a part of our reproductive system, right? So, it's a small little gland. It is no bigger than a walnut. I don't know if you know how a walnut looks, right? So we know cashew, right? You know how, so walnut is just a little bigger than a cashew. It is located in the reproductive organ. As I said, it is responsible to help with the flow of sperms, right? So it is there. It is something that helps the sperm. It helps the sperm to keep mature and alive and well and healthy. But, you know, over time, the gland may become sick by whatever cause it may be. Some persons they have risk factors of getting prostate, right? So it is nothing that is done by your doing. It's just that sometimes things just happen, right? So what happens is that the cells, they start off in the cells of, which is the regular cells that line inside the prostate. And those cells now become carcinoma, right? Meaning that cancer cells begin to generate in it. I realize that men are afraid to get tested because of the procedure, right? Because they said they feel violated after the doctor is done with them. They don't want to go because of that. But truly, in a fact, is that prostate, if it is catch early or caught early, it can be cured. So when the doctor may insert his fingers to find, he's just going to look to see if there's any raise, if there's any swelling in the area. And sometimes the men, you sit down with these conditions, or with this condition, until it is too late. When it is a simple fix then. From it is very small, it can be treated. Right? And why I am speaking on this topic, because a dear friend of mine, he is suffering right now from prostate and he's very young. Because normally people, you just say, you know, say cancer, all people thing, but it's not so. It is the young, the old, and the indifference is having it. So as you go through I want you to really, really, you know, second check what is happening. All right, so it says staging prostate cancer. Cancer staging allows your provider to determine how advanced your cancer is or how much it is spread. Cancer may be in your prostate gland only. So when it said only, maybe that's where it is only localized because it is not yet spread or metastasized around the body, meaning spread out throughout the body, right? So if you catch it early and get the necessary treatments, you can live as long as ever. So it can also invade nearby structures. So it can go into your bones, can go into your brain, it can spread all over into your lungs and everywhere. Right? Prostate most commonly spread to your bones and lymph nodes. It can also develop in your liver, brain, lungs, and other organs. How is prostate cancer treated? Your treatment depends on multiple factors, including your overall condition. If the cancer spread and how fast it's spreading, depending on your treatments, you may work with various healthcare providers, including urologists, meaning that that person would have dealt with either your kidney or your bladder, right? Radiation or oncologists and medical oncologists. Most prostate cancer diagnosed in the early stage can be cured with treatment. See? It can be cured. So when you find, if God forbid, if someone go and check and they find that they have it, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of the doctors. Because even though we are hearing a lot of things that doctors are doing, I'm saying to you, the Bible said that we are to use even wisdom. So use wisdom, go and get yourself checked. So if there is cancer, there are some things that are there. So we know that surgery is one, right? Radical prostatectomy removes a diseased prostate gland. It can often successfully eliminate prostate cancer that have spread. Your provider can recommend the best removal method if they believe you would benefit from this surgery. So there are different things. You have radiation, you have chemotherapy, based on how much it has spread. You may receive radiation therapy as a standalone treatment for prostate cancer or a combination with other treatments, meaning that based on when it is caught, then radiation alone can do everything. You don't really have to go through the chemo. Because many persons, they're afraid of the chemo because chemo, they cause them to lose their hair. Chemo, actually, it weakens the immune system, so the person is more susceptible to catching other infections or diseases. So if you're going to think about any course of treatment, it is best that you speak with your healthcare provider to see which one of the treatment is best for you, all right? As we go through daily, we realize that our men are afraid to do these checks because they are not in the knowledge or the know. So if you don't know about what is going to happen to you, then you know they become more fearful. So as I said, we have chemotherapy. This treatment uses drugs to kill cancer cells. It may be used alone or with other hormone therapy. You have hormone therapy, which is testosterone. It helps prostate cancer grow. Testosterone helps prostate cancer grow. In hormone therapy, medication blocks or lower testosterone. Some people may have their testicles removed, right? And you don't really want it to go that far that you have your testicle to be removed. Okay, you know, men are self-conscious. So you don't really want to go out. And the thing is, men are more afraid of erectile dysfunction because of what these things bring, especially if you are young, right? Because as men, men always want to say they are men when when you wake up in the morning and everything working and attention, it stands as attention, right? So when you wake up one morning and you see your soldier looking feeble and weak and just right? You want when you come up, you can say, yes, soldier is up, right? So, as men, you have to make sure that, everything is working right, especially if you are married. Don't it? Huh? Because service must go on. Don't. Yeah. So, so in order for you to be functionable, you have to know that you have to treat Mr. Right, don't it? Yeah? You have to make sure that the doctor is seeing you on a daily basis. Because the thing is, when you're doing the checks, right, you don't have to do it every month. Sometimes just a one-off for the year, one-off testing, right? One-off testing, which can really, really help you to be in the know. As I said, it said, what are the side effects of prostate cancer treatment? We know that it can cause incontinence, right? So incontinence it means that the person is unable to pass urine, right? So like how you don't pass urine freely, it causes you not to have that urge because when it is swollen, it actually blocks off the urethra where the urine would have come through. It can be two ways. So one, it can be free flowing, or it can be that there is nothing at all. So some of the symptoms for prostate in early stage is that you may wake up and you have the urge to urinate, but the urine is not coming. Or if you do start urinate, it is very weak. Because when a man stand up and the urine really go forward, it a shoot. So if you wake up and it just a dribble, something is wrong. If you see any swelling, if you feel any changes in the testicular area, there is problems. You need to go and get it checked. It don't necessarily mean it is cancer, but it is best that you rule it out from very early, right? So we have erectile dysfunction. And I know that no man in here would want to suffer from that, right? Erectile dysfunction. And I want one of my men in here, one of my man, let me not say men because it's too much personal. One nice gentleman to stand up to tell me what erectile dysfunction is and what is the outcome of it. Erectile dysfunction. You have the answer around there, you scratch your head, Where you scratch your head? But just tell me, Yeah, so what it is? So I come around the give my cause you're around there, smile off your face, and I want you to give me an answer. No, man, you can't tell me, say you don't know what erectile dysfunction is. Yeah, who care, man? All right, just tell me what you think it is.
I soon tell you.
I want you to tell me no. Anyone else want to try?
It's inability of a person that is supposed to be able to have an erection, not being able to either have one or maintain one long enough to be able to reproduce.
You sit down there with the answer. I can understand you. That's very good. I want you to give him a round of applause for that. That is so correct, right? So as I said before, erectile dysfunction, you really can't get an erection. Either you go part way, and you know, men, you may be working, and then you just flop your show, right? Some men, they will never get one. And that is a problem, and it causes men to go into stress and other moods, because guess what? They can't perform as they would want to. So as we go through, this topic, it is really a very touchy one, especially with our men. But I believe that if we educate our men, they will take more responsibility in taking care of their own health. Wives, stand beside your husband, because even though sometimes they will fall in this situation, sometimes they don't want to talk. But you who are living with them, who knows them, you can talk with them, because sometimes for men are more secretive. They will keep things to themselves, even though it is bothering them. So if you find out that, someone confide in you to say that I'm having a problem, it is nothing for the nation or the world to know about. But if you can seek the help or help that person to get that extra help in order for them to really, get that help that they need. All right, so he's asking what is the first symptoms of prostate. Funny enough, varies between men. It can be different symptoms, because what symptoms goes for one don't have to go for the other. Because as I said, it may be urgency to urinate and you can't urinate. Some persons may start feeling pain. Some persons may start, as I said, having an erectile dysfunction. There are different things that affect each individual differently. All right. Burning can be a symptom, but it must be it. It can be maybe you have a urinary tract infection, and therefore when you pass urine, it burns. It burns. All right, so it's something that you need to check out, though. All right, so you need to check it out to ensure that everything is okay. All right, because as I said, symptoms are different between individuals. And that is, again, based on the individual. Maybe the person is taking medication. Because if you're taking medication, especially for hypertension, then it will cause you to urinate very regularly. So you'll get up every minute to pass urine if you're on medication. So the person should say if he is on medication, or if he know of the person on medication, yes or no. Mm-hmm. No, but you can check it out, though. You can get it checked out. And two, if you check on the color of your urine, men, if you get up and the urine is a Pepsi color, you know that is blood in the urine, right? So if you see the change in your urine, you know, because your urine tells you what is happening in your body. If you're dehydrated, if you're overhydrated, if you are having sugar. Because do you know that if you pee on the outside and ants begin to swarm that pee, meaning that the person has sugar? Yes. Go to the doctor and get it tested. All right? So you know that you don't have to really feel sick to go to a doctor to ask them to say, I want to know about this. You can go and just do a urine test, But men always find some little area and just pee when women can't. But you can watch and see what is happening with the urine. If the urine is foamy, there's some infection that is going on. The urine tells you what is happening inside your body. Huh? That could be a sign of dehydration. So there is more ammonia that is coming out in the urine instead. That, yes. So you know, and if the urine comes out slimy, you know that there is some infection going on. Because persons do have it, yes. And the color of it is okay. All right. So that's good. All right. So I'm at the end of my presentation, and I hope you enjoy the little teaching. I hope you get something from it, right? And again, go and get tested. Simple. Have any question for me? Food. All right. In truth and of fact, too much of something is good, is not good. When you have too much of it, it must be in moderation. So whatever you're eating, if you're eating vegetable, rice, anything, it must be in moderation. And if you know that you want certain things, you may have to check a nutritionist, and they will create a diet plan for you. Yes. Go again. Oh, for the lifestyle behavior, changing lifestyle behavior, in the sense that based on how you normally eat, or how you exercise, or certain things that you would have to change. So we talk about the food, what you eat, and to eat in moderation, right? So we know that exercise is a part of that plan, right? So in the morning or whatever, whenever you can walk. So even if you can do a mile or half a mile or so, you can do it. Change in your, as I said, diets again, dieting. Dieting is very important, because when you eat too much starchy food and sugary things, and that is why even in school that we are at now, there is a change with the ministry that our children start to eat very healthy. What they're doing, they eliminate sugar from out of the drink. So in school now, we don't have sugary drink in school anymore. All right, so the age requirement for men, if you're over 40, you can get it checked. That is how early it is now. Because normally, would say men would go in their 50s to go and check, but we realize that men, even younger, is having prostates. So we are saying that start from in the 40s to see if there's any changes there. So age is really, for even for women, when we are checking for them, when we're going to write them up, or doctor is going to write them up to do mammogram, they're first going to ask you, how old are you? Because most time you have to be over 45 in order for them to do those checks. Yes, the PSA is the blood test that they will do, but sometimes it don't show in it to do the digital testing. So if you go to your healthcare provider, they will ask you to do a blood test, right? That blood test will see the amount of the hormone that the cancer cell is releasing into the blood. So they can tell if you from there. So that would be like a first off or first, and then they will send you for further testings. All right? Any more questions? No more questions? All right, thank you. Oh, all right.
I just want to add to the presentation. I'm over 40, so what I do on a yearly basis, I do an executive. Sometimes you'll go to your doctor, they will not suggest it, but you can ask for it. An executive is a full body examination that will send you to do um, ECG, echo, blood test for sugar and all different kind of things to include cancer. Sometimes I do the PSA and next times I do the physical. Because what I know is, they call it the digital, all right. But what I know is, or I've read, sometimes if you wait or you just constantly do the PSA, sometimes when the PSA reading shows a certain level, it is almost too late. So it is best to do the digital. The PSA is a way, but the digital is best. So I'm just putting that out. And it's nothing for you to go and ask your doctor, write me up for an executive and do all the testing, which means you are not doing only for prostates, but you're doing a full body test, a thorough testing. Because it will tell you what is going on in the body through the blood tests and the various other tests that the doctors will send you to do.
Thank you for having me. I hope you have a blessed rest of the afternoon, and God bless.
All right, I'm going to ask you to put your hands together again for our learned nurse who would have enlightened us on the need for us, and I want to stress us, right? The need for us to do our PSA or digital, digital rectal examination, right? I mean, I must confess that I've not done one as yet, right? But right. So most of us, or some of us, would have been doing the PSA, but I think I'm encouraged today to at least, and especially with you sharing, sir, that it is nothing. I don't think it is anything for us to be bold and to get it done. So less than 30 seconds. So as much as it is, for the men, I know a lot of ladies are here. You might have your brothers or your uncles, father. It is for you to also go and, spread the message and to try and encourage others to, or men to go and get early detection. They always say can save a life, right? So that is very important. So, and I know this is I'm happy that you are safe, because also if I say one of the things that because we know that God can heal us, but sometimes you don't want to get to that stage where you have to be praying for healing. What we need to do is also pray for wisdom so that we, bless you, Pastor McLeod, good, safe journey. It's to pray for wisdom and boldness so that we will not shy away from going to get, and don't say that God will lead us, because if we have a headache or a toothache or a datic, we're going to the doctor. So if we figure that we, at this age, we are susceptible or prone after a certain age to these type of, just say 13% of, right, 13 out of 100, right, 13% of our men are taken down with this prostate issue. Right, so Uncle Carl, I see you, nice, good, good. After we're finished, I want, I can sort of do a summer presentation to you, and to maybe, encourage you to go and do that if you haven't done it before. Right, so Minister Richardson, Pastor Richardson, I'll now hand over to you, who will come and do the necessaries and to close off. Thank you again, and it was, nice having you.
Okay, thank you, Mike. All right, so are you ready for the test? Men, are you ready for the test? You ready? Are you asking which test? Deacon Alex said, which test? All right, so you're making the date. Oh, good. Or you want to ask a question? No, go ahead, go ahead. No, 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 man, it's not never too late.
Yeah, when the urine, if it flow a bit out further, say, probably you're good. But if it flows like trickling at the toe, that's a big sign. So that is one of the tests I use as well, to know if, yes, as I said, I do. So when I'm urine, no, outside, like when I'm outside, huh? No, 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 no. When I'm outside, just to share this, one of the day I was outside and I was say, all right, let me see if I can do it when I was a little boy. Okay, when you're young, it propel all the way out. So I tried to put, and it went. So as I said, I do my own test. No, 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 no. I mean, I just, and the other one is the frequent urination, get up in the nights 3-4 times, going to the bathroom. And I use that as well as a test. And also the other one that I use is if when I'm urine, if it's burning, I also use that as a test, and I haven't gotten the experience of that. And what I know though is when I drink enough water, I probably go 2 times for the night. But normally, right to morning, no bathroom. So I use that as test too as well to know if I'm going frequently. I need to check out myself. And I know that they say when the parents, like father, it tends to trickle down to the children. But I stand on the authority of Jesus Christ. I don't have it. I don't have it. And I know, as I said, I do my own checks. And those checks that I've used, doctors normally regularly speaks about those checks as signs.
You get up and you're not flowing as how you usually is. What would be your first move? And as I said, so frequency. And two, I would recommend if you're over 40 that you would get that check done. It's called an executive, where is everything. As my husband said before, because every year he gets his executive done. And therefore, the executive will help you now to see where you are. Because the thing is, you want to catch it before it is too late. Because sometimes when you are there and you're made doing these tests and it is growing a little by little each day, then doctor would have catch it from very early to nip it from there. But because you're still, flowing the way you're flowing, and the thing is, again, just do the checks to rule out. So the check is just to rule out, to be sure. The prostate, yes. The, even doctors are trying to figure that one out, because the thing is, what we are told is that the cells in your normal cells becomes abnormal for some reason or the other. So maybe it is genetics, maybe it can be your lifestyle, maybe it is what you eat. So things, and remember, we are eating foods that are filled with hormones, and so those things can cause changes also in the body. So it is a lot of factors that can really cause the changes in the cells. Can cause, when you say maybe we're overworked, where it causes, yeah, because it's shifting between both. Yes, it close off. It's close off because it's the same, for example, it's the same tube that is used to regulate between, yes. But I would say change in diet and doing exercises. Pardon? I will, I will not, well, is a part that plays, it affects, all right. When I read a while ago with what it talks about the testosterone and is a treatment they will give. So I'm thinking it would be something that is helpful in it. Yeah. Well, doctors are still trying to see what causes all of that.
All right, great, great, very great. Thanks for those questions, Deacon. Very good. All right, so it's awareness, and we know as men, we hear it today, we feel pumped up about it, and then by tomorrow, we just say we're good because we test it outside, and it seems okay, and we sleep through the night, and no urination, but as nurse said, early detection, because sometimes when the symptoms start to show visibly, it could mean work was going on internally, and we don't know. All right, so let's encourage ourselves to do. No, no, nothing is, it's a good gauge. Ladies do it too. They test their breast, they lift it up, they feel it when they come from the shower. Men can do their own checks as well. Fine. All right, so thank you so much, nurse, for this opportunity to be engaged in this conversation about prostate. Men, we are all sitting on them right now, so they are precious to us. So let us take care of them, all right? All right? Brother Perry, you take care of your prostate? Yeah, enough okra. Like, he's an okra planter, you see? The okra farmer. So you probably have okra juice, okra stew. What else? Okra soup, okra water, okra cake. Say it again.
is best for you to you use, yes, you boil it, blend it, you mix it with maybe a dragon or a supplement. So if you have the cow foot, you boil out the cow foot. Wait a minute.
You make evangelist Ivan shout out something over there, so yes.
Yes, you're going to head one. Yeah, man.
All right, so let's rehearse that, Deacon. What he said? The okra, the dragon, and if you have cow foot, the cow skin. Yes, all right. And make a nice juice, a little supple gin to balance the taste. All right, not bad, Sister Shields, not bad. Yes. Say that again. All right, so you know about it too. Okay. All right, awesome. Yes, yes, yes. But it's a real thing, right? It's real, yeah. Yeah, we look strong and tough, but real stuff inside of us. Yes, and let's take care of it, all right? All right. Knowledge is power, and let's use it to our advantage. So thanks again, nurse, for assisting us in this way. Brother Moses, you want to do the honors? All right, Brother Carl, sorry. Let's just do the honors for us.
Good evening, everyone. Or afternoon. All right. Okay. So, on behalf of the men's department and the church as a whole, just want to say thank you for taking the time to come and enlighten us and to impart your knowledge on this subject that is very touching. Yeah, as men, we are very shy when it comes on to this subject, and if you can come and talk about it, I mean, say it's very important to us. So on behalf of all the men and the church and all, we just want to say thank you for being here. Thank you very much, and bless you.
Thank you very much, Carlos. All right, so we have on the porch a nurse who is ready to take our blood pressure and what else? Blood sugar? Yes, so the men need to go first. Yes, so just check what's going on. And I would love to see all the men going to get that done, even the blood pressure. All right, so just go have a seat. Nurse Walter is there. Nurse Walter, just wave. All right, all right. So the men are coming to you now, nurse. Lovell, sorry, your husband is Walter. All right, so they are coming to you now, nurse. So who is going to be first? Huh? Oh, men are there already waiting. All right, God bless you, everyone. We'll do that until... Oh, no, sorry. Whilst the men are going, there's a little quick quiz. I need 4 volunteer males. Where are the young men? Where are the young men? You can call them Justin, Janoi. We'll just do a quick quiz for men. Whoops, watch it, Brother Perry.